So we're going to do a home inspection review for unit 109. We're going to start here at the beginning of the house, at the entrance. We go all the way around and we check the outlets, we check the windows, we check the doors. And as I go, I will explain what I find. Mainly what you need right now is maintenance, but I'll point that out. So nothing magical with these probes. I used to have wires, but these are easier. This is hot, neutral, and ground, black, white, green. The good thing about these is that it tells me if they are inverted or if they need ground. So I check those. It also tells me if they're loose. As you can see here, it's good. It says correct. Not a problem with those, okay? As I go around, these windows are dual pane. And some of them, actually there's one that it stays, that doesn't stay open. I'll show it to you. It comes all the way down and it's also sweating. The AC is giving me a temperature differential, meaning the return minus the supply is 10 degrees. It should be between 15 and 16. The unit is 2016. The brand is RIM, and I'll show you that outside. So it basically needs some maintenance on there. Coming in this room right here, you will see some cracks on the ceiling. You can see cracks there. There's some cracks here as well. That would not be a structural crack. It is a settlement crack. Obviously, these houses move. The drywall is basically the skin. So if there was one higher than the other, then there would be a differential on elevation, and then there'll be a structural problem. So that's not a problem there. Here we are good. I looked underneath here, the sink, making sure that you have, there's no corrosion on the valves. The valves are gate valves, but they're recommended to be ball valves. So recommendation is you spray them with WD-40, which is some useless information for you. It starts for water displacement trial number 40. So, okay, so here is where the air handle is for the AC unit. So you have an opening there, and I would suggest an opening down here on this door. That way you could get really good airflow. So when you change your filter, it's pretty easy to replace. Just lift it up and replace it. Every 2 to 3 months would be a good idea. The small settlement crack in here, again, not a structural, there's just movement. So how do you repair these? You basically take painter's caulking and you apply it and then you paint it. Here in this hallway bath, we got more sediment cracking there and there. And everything that I'm explaining to you, it's on the report with pictures and description. There's a GFCI right here. And again, I also trip this to make sure that it trips, and I do this. This GFCI also control the power to the outlets in the other bathroom. There's a 3/4 bath next door. So if you have no power, that's the reason. As we get in here, this hardware is recommended to be privacy hardware. Right now it's closet hardware. As you can see here, this is a closet hardware, and it's okay because it's a closet, but we recommend these to be privacy hardware. That's not a violation of anything. It's not a code violation. It's just common sense. Then in here, we got some cracks on the seams between the wall and the drywall. And then on this door right here, you can see that it sweats. So what happens in between the window panes, they have lost there's the gas between these window panes for efficiency. The gas is called argon. And the reason for that is to maintain the windows without getting sweat. So when the gas escapes, then you have this. So how do you fix this? You can't really. The only other solution would be to put film on both sides so you don't see it, or replace the window. Also, if you try to open the window doesn't maintain up. If I try to open it, it just slides back or down. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to work on this, and David's going to help me here. There you go. Now let it go, David. Let it go. Let it go. Now if we go like this, it goes down, which is kind of dangerous. So basically, how do you fix that? There's some rails right here that need to be adjusted in order for the window itself to be held back. Okay. So we're going to continue here Obviously, you don't have a laundry room. You have washer and dryer. We basically check for power and water connections. And my recommendation is change these hoses to the ones that I have wire mesh, because sometimes those hoses pop. Okay, here, continuing here on the perimeter, we're gonna get to the kitchen. And in the kitchen, a couple of things. Again, we have some sediment cracking on the drywall. Then underneath here, this is an isolated hot water heater just for this sink. And it gave me really good temperature. It's not a bad unit. It does need to have what they call a temperature relief valve pipe to the exterior. Sometimes they pipe it to the crawl space, but then you cannot see if it's leaking. We have some leaking coming from the drainage. You can see a little bit of water there. And also the back of the sink leaks a little bit back here. So most likely this faucet might need to be replaced. This gave me, this is good here. I checked this and the stove and the oven. I have it open so it cools off. So it did give me good temperature in there. This window here, this is the kitchen / dining room. But you can see this window is cracked right here. Again, how do you fix that? You cannot. Basically replacement. Or if you don't want to see it, then you put a film, sun film in the front and in the back. So that's basically on the inside. I'm gonna go outside and then we'll continue on the outside. We'll continue with the review. We're gonna go down and just point out a few things, something important. I looked underneath the crawl space and I look around and make sure that you have no termites and you have no leaks. But in this particular case, you do have a leak, and the leak is coming down here. And I put a little video so you can see it. The leak is from the drainage. So there's drainage from this bathroom right here. So again, you could tell they probably try to fix it because the insulation is open, okay? We also look to make sure that it is tethered or strapped, and the unit is tethered, and that is a good thing. So you can see here, this is where I lost my finger. Actually, the finger from my glove. Not my finger, it just got caught. At any rate, so that would need to be fixed. It's a drainage issue, not a water supply issue in there. So again, there's plenty of pictures for you to see. This is a enclosure for a screen enclosure. We don't do much with this other than to make sure that we don't find any termites or anything crazy. So you got these little bugs right here, but they're not termites. They're more like gnats. So I took, again, pictures all the way around. You can see here that the unit is tethered or strapped against hurricane, even though we do not get hurricane, but they like to be strapped. All right, we continue all the way around. I got on the roof. You have your metal roof. It's in good shape up there. The only thing is it needs to be cleaned. There's a lot of debris on here, and this is technically basically a drain gutter and a downspout, so it does need to be cleaned. Okay, going around here, we're gonna get to the unit, to the AC unit. It is 2016, not that old. We should be doing better. And it's behaving really well, so it's not moving, it's leveled. You can see the information here. You can see here it says 2016, and it is 2.5 ton. 1 ton covers about 500 square feet. So 2.5 ton will give you about 1,200 square feet, more than what you need here for the house. These screens are in really bad shape, that one and that one. So some of the screens will need to be replaced. This is your main connection, and it's typical for manufactured home. You can see that here. This is the connection here. That's where you shut everything off in the event you have any problem inside. And there is this should be connected, and there should be a cover over here just for safety issues. There's also a sub panel in the area in the laundry room in the event that you need to work in your house. This is where the water meter is, and they have these boxes that they put in. So when I come in, I make sure that the water meter dial is not moving. So if it is moving, then we have a problem with underground plumbing leaking, but that's not the case. So you are okay. This right here is not considered a garage, because for a garage, it needs to have a depth of at least 20 feet. So this is just a storage. It does have the height for the door and the width, but it doesn't have the length. So it's technically a storage. So coming inside here, this is the other hot water heater. You can see here the date on it. It is 2015. And what we recommend is that this is a temperature relief valve connection. It should not be PVC. It could be CPVC, which is stronger than PVC. It could be copper, it could be PEX, but they're not rated for hot water. So what happens is this pressure valve right here will let the water go into the crawl space. But we recommend for the water to be piped out to the exterior. In the event that there's a problem with the hot water heater, you could see it spilling out. We also recommend a pan underneath here. That way, if you see it leaking, it doesn't damage the wood and water doesn't get into your house, and then there's no issue with mold. We also recommend here to have, this is a cold water supply, recommend to have a shut-off valve in the event that you need to shut it off, and that is on that. So basically that would be, it's also in the report. This is a clean out. This is how you clean in the event that you have a problem with your sewer. You put in a snake or a line to clean it up. Going up here, and this is the back door. You can see that the hardware here is damaged. Mainly the door panel is damaged. So sometimes what I see people do is put a metal plate here and a metal plate here, and then they could fix this deadbolt. Other than that, then they have to fix the panel itself. Okay, so continue. So we end up on the other side where we started. Again, I opened inside the skirts. I looked inside all the way around to make sure that everything is good. Going around the perimeter. Again, here it is on the other side. And pretty much this is where we started on the outside. And again, we're back where we began. All right, I'll send you the report. If you have any questions, you have my number, please give me a call. Thank you.